as you pointed out, the adjoining area in Kitsap is growing like crazy,
Yeah.
and there is a lot of bleed. There are people who do want the feel of Mason County, that nice balance between rural trees and open spaces, and still all of the various retail opportunities, and those exist. A lot of people on the south end don't know much about Belfair and the north end of the county, and that's a shame.
Yeah.
One of the things that I really would like to do is move that so-called Mason-Benson line right up to the Kitsap border and get that out of the conversation here. We're not two communities. We're one big community, and we need to work that way.
One of the other things happening last week, Steve Goins from Hall Equities was in town giving the community an update on that project, which has been bubbling throughout the greater Shelton area for many years now. And they came out with a list of things and updates on different aspects with the PUD, with the city, with ecology, things like that. Where does the EDC sit on this? What did you read into that press release?
Well, first let me say that the EDC would love to see the Shelton Hills development move forward. But I will also say, and I'm speaking for myself now, and I haven't discussed this with the board. This will be a topic of our discussion at Thursday's board meeting. But Shelton Hills has been a double-edged sword for us. It represents a wonderful opportunity at a perfect location adjoining where we already have a great deal of commercial activity.
Mm-hmm.
It's also put a stranglehold on development for the last 10 years because everybody has sort of deferred to Shelton Hills. Shelton Hills is going to handle the hotel. Shelton Hills is going to handle the retail. Shelton Hills will handle more restaurants. Well, maybe not. Shelton Hills did release a press release, and in it they talk about hurdles that they're facing with ecology, transportation, the city. But what I see is the sorts of relatively low bar hurdles that all developers face when they're putting together a large development like this. They note that things have changed in some of these hurdles, but that's to be expected. Things change over 10 years. They voice a concern that wastewater is going to have to be handled differently because the city of Shelton now wants wastewater channeled to the satellite treatment center. Well, and that actually makes a lot of sense. That treatment center is, if you look on the map, just a short distance away. And while Shelton Hills says that, well, we'd have to run a line across other property owners' property, in reality, there's a direct line either through Rainier's Goose Lake property, and Rainier and Shelton Hills are partners in the cleanup of the Goose Lake. Mm-hmm. There's also the DOT land that they will get in a land swap as they develop that interchange. So I don't really think that's. I really don't personally see that as a huge problem.
Like to see some movement on that, and we hear rumblings that things are moving forward, but until we see some dirt turned, I guess that's when we'll know for sure.
Well, a little bit of dirt has been moved around,
mm-hmm.
but it sort of reminds me of small children, with how they move peas around on their plate.
To make it seem like I had 5 peas here ready for dinner, and now there's only 2 in front of me.
Yeah.
But they're in your napkin.
I'd also like to take just a moment, if we have it, Jeff, to say that we are interviewing very high-quality candidate for executive director of the EDC tomorrow, actually.
Oh, nice.
And we have interest from some other areas as well. So I feel as if perhaps by the time we close out February or move into March, we'll have some great announcements to
That's
make.
very exciting.
Nice.
James Thomas from the EDC, always nice talking with you about the development in the county, and we'll check back in next week.
Thanks, Jeff. Always a pleasure.
8:56, Vicki, that puts the wraps on the show here today.
All right. You enjoy the rest of your day.
You too, and we'll be back tomorrow morning.
Good morning.